The Eiffel Tower is celebrating a big milestone. The iconic tower is marking 130 years since being opened to the public in the French capital.
And since its doors opened in 1889, 300 million people have visited it, becoming one of the world's most loved monuments. And every year, at least 7 million tourists make their way to the Eiffel Tower.
When you think of Europe, continental Europe, for better, or, you know, whatever it is, you think, oh, the Eiffel Tower. It's just iconic.
It's just magnificent. It's just a work of mastery of engineering and art.
Considered a feat of technical prowess at the time, it took hundreds of workers over 2 years to build. Standing at 324 meters tall, it remained the world's tallest monument for 4 decades.
But believe it or not, Parisians of the past were not the biggest fans of the tower because many felt it was an eyesore, calling for its demolition. So, love it or hate it, it's clear today that the Eiffel Tower will be here to stay.
Yes, certainly will, and its creator, Gustav Eiffel, was also sort of a man that was behind some parts of the Statue of Liberty in the US as well. Some other interesting facts: it was actually only intended to stand for 20 years, but then it started being used as a wireless telegraph transmitter, and then it sort of extended its life.
And actually,
we are now.
Back then it was part of the expo. So, you know, every country to show their powers would build a monument, and the Eiffel Tower was part of the expo at that time. And going forward today, you see many of the expos and countries building monuments as well, like the famous one in China as well, the Red Building. But what's interesting as well is that Gustav Eiffel actually wanted to paint the Eiffel Tower red so that, you know, it could actually, just, how would I say, camouflage potential rust. But that obviously didn't happen.
Yes. And
here's another interesting thing. There is a secret apartment at the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Really?
Yes, he actually built a secret room for himself up there at the Eiffel Tower. So, and there are lifts that, don't worry, there are lifts that you can use to get up. There's a first floor and a second, and then, you can get to the top.
You can walk as well if you, feel so inclined.
Or you can just stop at the restaurant and have something to eat and just, admire the view from the Eiffel Tower as well.
Yes.